Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning.
What is up, baby? Let's go. College football rivalry week, the fallout. What a weekend it was. But before we get too far into that, welcome to Hate to Pile On. My name is CJ alongside Jonathan and Christian. Fellas, how are we doing today?
Exceptionally well, CJ. Christian, how are we doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. We've been grinding today, but I'm feeling good. What about you, CJ? Actually, I'm feeling great because these rankings came out, and the committee still hates us, but they love us now. So, CJ, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing fantastic, man. As Christian did say that we are grinding, man. This is I guess you could call this uh, our third video of the day. Earlier, we had a USA versus Iran watch along. Shout out to USA for the dub. Going off to the knockout stages. Next game is going to be on Saturday morning. I believe at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., I think.
9 or 10, yeah.
Play Netherlands, so that should be a exciting matchup. Chris Ballistic is in the hospital with abdominal injury. Let's see how much that's going to affect us. I hope he's healthy enough come Saturday. But yeah, man, it's been a lot of fun. Man, we got a lot of cool things coming for you guys. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us again today on this live stream as we talk about some college football. Might even talk some high school football. We'll see what happens. What shakes. A lot of stuff's happened this past weekend. I mean, like, where do we even start? Where do we even begin with all the stuff that's happened this weekend? I mean, rivalry weekend is obviously one of the greatest weekends of college sports. But let's stick it in the home base. How about them? How about them Gamecocks, Christian?
They won. They beat us fair and square. No complaints. Do I wish we win? Yes, but we're still ranked way ahead of them, so I'm fine.
Jonathan, what do you got to say about that?
That was about as emotional as his pregame speech on Saturday.
Actually, okay. Listen, Tom. This is for you, Tom, fake listener. Just kidding. We appreciate you, Tom. But he also had a comment in on he had a comment on the YouTube video where I posted the clip of the pregame speeches that he said, Christian got me fired up. And I was like, I know he was cap. I know this is Christian's burner account. We know this is Christian's burner account because ain't nobody was turned up after that.
That's my
pregame
buddy
speech.
Tom, man. That's my buddy Tom, man.
Listen, if you don't believe us, you can head over to youtube.com/@hate-to-pile-on, and you can check out that speech that was just posted and let us know in the comment section down below. Like, comment, share, all that thing, and let us know what you thought about his pregame speech. Who won that pregame speech? Was it Jonathan or was it Christian?
Jonathan can win. Jonathan can win. That's fine. I mean,
he won, and then his team won the game.
Yeah, exactly. I know he's a Carolina fan. I know he is. All right,
let's talk about this. We got 3 minutes. Let's iron out what is y'all beef, okay? Because there's obviously some beef there's some words that I need to get off your chest. There's obviously some tension between you two, between you fellow Clemson fans, and it just seems to be. I think for Jonathan, I just don't think anything you say is enough for Christian. As I think he's kind of questioning your fanhood of Clemson. What do you got to say to Christian?
No, I think it's the fact that out of our secondary teams, mine is actually good, and his is Tennessee. So probably got a little bit of Michigan envy right now.
Ooh.
That's a no.
It's okay. Tennessee had a good season. Hendon Hooker was having a historic season.
Yeah.
Put Tennessee on the map. Then somebody came in pencil. Somebody came along with a eraser and kind of smudged it. Now they're somewhere on the map. We're not exactly sure where because it's kind of been downhill.
Yeah.
But they're still somewhere on the map. Okay? Nothing to be ashamed about, Christian. Nothing to be ashamed about.
I just know that when your team loses to the rival team, there's a little pain there. Jonathan had stone faced. Jonathan stood up in the middle of the ring and did a Stone Cold Steve Austin's. Let me get a hell yeah. He did all that when Clemson lost. He had no emotions, which is fine. I get it. He just didn't care. Now, is Tennessee my second team? No.
Give me a hell yeah.
Exactly. Is Tennessee my second team? Sure, this year for sure. But my favorite SEC school is not even ranked anymore, so it doesn't even matter. So I mean, that team sucks right now too. So I'm a big Ole Miss fan. Love Ole Miss. Love the Lane Train. But Clemson's number 9 and South Carolina's way back there. So I'm not really too worried about it right now. So it's cool. They beat us. All right, cool. Do I still believe we're a better team than them? Sure. But they won. I can't say anything about it. There it is. I have no animosity towards Jonathan. I want Jonathan. You know what? No, I'm about to get some energy now.
Uh-oh. Talk your shit.
Jonathan, I want to let you know this man next to you tried to slander your name. And he tried to get me to slander your name earlier today. But you know why I didn't? I said, I'm not going to do that because you're not here to defend yourself, and I will not do that.
Bro, I didn't slander his name.
And he didn't slander his name, but he was talking shit about you, my man. And
I wasn't talking shit.
I wasn't going to. I was not going
I'm
to.
hyping my boy
I
up.
wasn't gonna put your business out there on
Jonathan is
live
a
like
legend
that.
in these streets.
I'm not going to do that. I said I'm not going to do that because he's not here to defend himself.
Listen, Jonathan is a legend in the streets, and he's a legend in the sheets because you can use the promo code DADDY of Bluetooth.com, and you may or may not get a 20% off discount.
Brother, I wasn't going to say any of that because you weren't here to defend yourself. So I have no animosity towards you.
It's not slanders.
My only pain from you was I didn't feel the pain when Clemson lost. I didn't feel that from you. Okay.
So pretty much this is insinuating for you the lack of emotion, Jonathan. How do you feel that you're not giving enough emotion for Christian in this relationship of you both being Clemson fans?
Well, I think we just had different expectations of where this relationship, this Clemson football season was going.
And what were your expectations, Jonathan?
My expectations were the offense stinks, and we're not a college football playoff team.
And Christian, what were your expectations of this Clemson team?
This year, I said at the beginning of the season, if DJ plays amazing, we're going to go undefeated into the playoffs. But if he's having the same troubles that he did last year, we're going to lose 1 to 2 games. And I had us losing 3, but he stuck it out and beat Wake Forest. So, I mean, my prediction was right. We only lost 2 games, and 1 game was, unfortunately, to South Carolina. Does it hurt? Yeah. Do I respect it? Yeah. They won. They came to play. They had nothing to lose. They did everything they had to do. They beat us. Clemson, I'm always going to be a fan. Every time they lose, it's like a little piece hurts. But I mean, I had the same expectations. 11-2 is a great season. A lot of other teams can't say that.
I think, yeah, like having that season, yeah, for sure. I mean, but I think all the South Carolina fans are saying,
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
They got their swagger back. They can talk shit. 360. Was it? How many days ago has Saturday been? You carried the 3 days ago. So we got 362 days remaining into the next state championship game. And they're going to be talking this shit over and over and over again for the next year. And y'all got to sit there and take that L on the chin.
And I will. All
right.
Nothing I can do. That we lost. You can talk your trash before the game, before the season. And when it comes down to come like fighting in the battle, whoever wins, wins. And we unfortunately lost. That's all I can say. Can't say nothing about it, man. Yeah. I mean, Juwan can talk all his trash and all that stuff. All these other people can be obnoxiously just sending me stuff, and that's fine. Keep it coming. I just want that same energy whenever Clemson wins again. I want that same energy. I don't want ducking and hiding. I accept everything that is said. All right, we lost. I'm not I don't have a problem saying that we lost because it's true. We lost.
All right, so then let's kind of build on this. Since we're still in the ACC, let's talk about North Carolina NC State, a rivalry right there. Came down to the wire, a missed field goal at the end to force another overtime for North Carolina, and they lost. So now going into the ACC championship game, I don't know if we've seen this, how often we see this in recent history, but both teams who are going into the championship game for the ACC losing going into this. Now it's like, okay, who do you have the most confidence in going towards this ACC championship game? North Carolina and Drake May, or Clemson with DJ Ungalalele?
Uyunglele.
And tell me, Christian, why? Expand on why do you have more trust in DJ Ungalalele?
No. I was just saying that's how you say his name.
Christian, if you not noticed all season long, I'm not going to say his name correctly.
But he's going to give it more effort than Juwan.
Exactly.
Who do I trust more in this game?
You want to put it on?
Drake May is an outstanding quarterback.
All right, I got you.
Drake May is an outstanding quarterback, like we said before. Great guy. What?
Nothing. Continue.
He hates me. He hates me already. But anywho, I think Drake May. I can trust Drake May more. He just produces a lot more. He didn't lose that game on Friday. He didn't lose that game. Defense lost in that game. Missed field goal lost in that game. The kicker lost in that game.
But also,
Golden
we got to
State's
talk
playing
about
right
this.
now?
We got to talk about the play call towards the end of the game. They were very conservative with the play call, knowing that they only held them to a field goal. I felt like they should have been aggressive with that on the first down play. Obviously, North Carolina State's defense was doing a hell of a job first 3 quarters of the game, not allowing Drake May to score a touchdown until the fourth quarter. So maybe it was some not have as much confidence that they would normally have in Drake May or on the offense against North Carolina State. But you can also put some of the blame onto the offensive coordinator, Mac Brown, for what the kind of conservative play calling they did.
I just wonder how long Mac Brown has to coach.
Bless you. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, it's like 72. So I mean, those he don't got much longer. I mean, I would hope he would have a what do you call a protege?
Phil Longo, offensive coordinator.
Oof. That's tough. I mean, this offense has been cooking. Don't get me wrong. This offense has been cooking, but I just didn't like the play calls they had. Like, it was too conservative, man. You got to go for that win. Like, I feel like you should have attacked on first down instead of just handing the ball off. Like, that North Carolina State defense has been killing the run. So, I don't know. It's just me. Who am I? I'm not an offensive coordinator.
Ooh, Jordan Poole's playing for me tonight. Let's go.
Yeah, Syracuse, Illinois. All right, so Jonathan, who are you more confident in going into the ACC championship?
The team with a good quarterback. That would be North Carolina.
Okay.
Dabo came out and said the loss wasn't DJ's fault. DJ's still the starter for the next game. So as long as that's the case.
Now, what if DJ comes out and shows the fuck out?
I mean,
I would like to see it, but I'll believe it.
Would you though?
Yeah.
I mean, against North Carolina's defense, I mean, that wouldn't be too unfathomable. It just depends on how consistent he can be. Because I mean, North Carolina defense has been like a laughingstock in the country so far this year. So it's like, they make some key stops. I give them that. They make key stops when they need to, but at the same time, this defense was just even like 20% as good as his offense was, this North Carolina team could be something special. And so Mac Brown got to figure something out. And hopefully they can get some guys in there to, to change this the system or whatever. I don't know what they got to do. But who we going in the ACC championship game? Give me your scores.
27-23 North Carolina.
24-17 Clemson.
Okay. I got this. It's uploaded. Whatever.
Actually, no. Changing that. I think both teams will hit the 30s. I just because this past weekend's defense, I just don't know what's going to happen with Clemson, but we have a good defense. I just don't know, and then like the lack of defense by North Carolina, like you just don't know. And honestly, like I'm not good at predictions, but I think both teams are going to be in the 30s, and I think Clemson will win this game. I don't know. I know Drake May will come to show up, but I also think that we did lose to our rival team. And I think Clemson is like, they're seeing all these memes, everything, people smoking in their opposing team's locker room and all this stuff. They're the worst school in South Carolina, all this jazz. And I feel like that's going to put a fire under them. And it put a fire under me, honestly. But then again, North Carolina lost to North Carolina State. They're in the game. But Drake May is like, I'm just going to do exactly what I did before. I mean, that's just what I do. Like, I just ball out. And I think I feel like DJ is going to step. I don't know why. I have a feeling that he's just going to step up and just do really well. I don't know why. I just have a feeling.
Hey, I hope your feeling's right.
Do you go?
All right, let's talk about the lane train going down to Mississippi State and the Leach boys. This is a close game. Mississippi State won 24-22. Judkins rushed for 22 carries and 91 yards, and Jackson Dart threw for 250 and 2 touchdowns, but not enough. This Mississippi State team, man, I don't know if they'll ever be truly elite, but they're always Mike Leach will always coach a damn good team. And for once, I would love to see Mike Leach just have a team that actually goes on a historic run. Because I feel like if they because that's the thing. Like Mike Leach, I don't think Mike Leach ever gets really 5-star guys, right? Like I feel like he lives in that 2-star, 3-star world, but then his system is so good, and if he can run the system, it's going to eat for you. And because it causes a lot of teams havoc. And Mississippi State's defense is nothing to scruff at. Like they shut down the run. Like when Georgia played Mississippi State last year, last year they really shut down our run game, and it was tough for us. And even this year, they're a solid defense. They turn out some dogs on the defensive line. I mean, shit, Montez Sweat.
What?
Preston Smith. Yeah, that's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Jeffrey Simmons.
So they got guys. It's not like they're bad. But it's just tough, though, seeing what Ole Miss was at and then just losing these games down the stretch, it's tough. And then, obviously, it's also tough because then they could have also lost these games, but they were really close to losing Lane Kiffin. So then it's boom, boom. But now Lane Kiffin seems to be getting a contract extension with Ole Miss, and hopefully he can continue to build it because, he's still got 2 young studs. He got Jackson Dart, who's a redshirt freshman or sophomore. Then you got and you still got Judkins, who's a fucking true freshman who's fucking a stud. So you got 2 more years with him. So he did what? Oh my God.
If he's trying to kill somebody on live television.
But if they could get this team going, Jesus, that was that's crazy. You saw that Andrew Wiggins dunk attempt. Excuse me.
That's one of those jaw dunk attempts.
Yeah, but y'all are ahead of me because y'all are on cable.
No, I said it once the replay happened.
Yeah, it just happened just now.
All right. Let's see.
I got a question for you. Do you think Georgia will beat LSU in this SEC championship? And then do you think that Ohio State fell to the right spot today? For the both of you.
That's a good question. So actually, let me pull that up real quick so we can talk about it. You go ahead and go.
Yes, I think Georgia will win against LSU. LSU doesn't really have anything to gain by winning this game now.
True.
Except for spoil it, be like.
I mean, yeah, but it's basically an early bowl game, so we'll see how many seniors sit out, how many early declares are going to sit out. That could affect the outcome. And obviously, Georgia is going to try to win, which when you have a team full of 5 stars, usually means you're going to win.
No, it doesn't. Clemson got a bunch of 5 stars.
Well, they have a 2-star offensive coordinator, if that.
You're down bad, bro. You 2-star. Damn, you down bad.
I mean, that might be generous.
Yeah, but there's some options in the Carolinas that you can poach.
Yeah.
If that's what they're trying to really improve. Because that's the thing too. Like, I feel like Dabo also kind of just has his bit of his arrogance about him, about thinking he knows what he.
He for sure does. But that's the problem. Like, Dabo built this team to what it is, and he set a high standard. So now the team's not reaching that standard that he set. Like, it's hard to find somebody who, Dabo basically said, if you want to replace the offensive coordinator, replace me too. He said, if you know how to coach better than me, then come coach.
I know a guy in the Carolinas who can do that. Jamie Chadwell.
But, like, it's hard to say get rid of Dabo like Dabo's losing it when Dabo built this. Like, unless you have a for sure upgrade, you don't move on from a coach. And I don't know how many coaches out there are for sure an upgrade over Dabo's winning.
I mean, okay, so let me ask you this question. I'll ask it for both of you guys. Give me 3 things that Dabo Swinney brings to the table for you, for Clemson.
Energy. Does get the recruits. And he is a player's coach. But also, yeah, energy, player's coach, and loyalty, yeah. And he does get recruits.
Like, what are we talking loyalty
to? Upperclassmen.
Okay.
And basically, if you pay your dues, like Devin Thornton, and you're a senior, you're gonna get PT.
Unless your name's Kelly Bryant.
I mean, Kelly got a whole season.
Oh,
Kelly started the whole season. And he was still starting over Trevor when he probably shouldn't have. We saw with Cole Stout over Deshaun Watson when he was a freshman. Sorry to bring up him, but talent-wise, clearly superior to Cole Stout. But yeah, Dabo made him earn that. Made Trevor earn it. He's, I guess, making Cade earn it. But it's hard to earn playing time when you don't get practice reps with the ones. And you just throw it out there with people you have no chemistry with. And then miscommunication with your receivers, bad throw, bad route, miscommunication there. Obviously, you're not being set up to succeed.
And do you think Dabo's, I would say confidence, but like borderline like arrogance is like going to be his downfall as a coach? Because like I get it, like okay, you said recruiting, you said loyalty and stuff like that, but like a lot of that stuff is not a special thing that only he brings, right? And obviously, you have to connect with your people that you bring in. And recruiting is a huge part of that, right? But at this point, too, is like Dabo did, by winning these national championships, you got the money to have top of the line facilities. He's not the only, top notch recruiter in the country, right? So if you got a coach you can bring in who is an X's and O guy, who does bring in people who can recruit as well, and maybe a little bit younger, fresher ideas. I mean, I think that could also spark, continue to like linear growth for Clemson. I get like Dabo set a high standard because he had special teams, right? But shout out to Beaver. But like I don't know, like I get it. Like he is that old Southern man, but it's like at the same time he got to be able to take something on the chin and be like, yeah, this isn't doing well. But like he does have that's obviously his loyalty to the fall, but he still got to hold people accountable. Don't you think?
Right. I mean, yeah.
And that's something I've been saying for multiple years. Our offensive line has been trash for years. The offensive line coach should have been fired 2 years ago. He let him step down instead. It hasn't been much better. The offensive coordinator this year, but there was a big conversation when Mike Venables and Tony Elliott both left this past offseason about replacing them in-house and how Dabo probably didn't even do his due diligence on potential outside hires because he is so loyal to his guys. He was like, yeah, you're in the building. You're not for promotion, basically. You've earned it. You necessarily haven't. Now, Wes Goodwin's been solid. I'll give him that on the defense. Defense coordinator has been very, very good. But offensively,
taking Will Shipley out, bad call.
Yeah,
and I think with Dabo, I think he had terrible. He's Dabo has this problem where he feels like he has to say more than what needs to be said, or he says things that should never be spoken, like talking about Ohio State a couple of years ago, saying that you'll never go to the transfer portal, and it's just like, okay, Dabo, let's just say all of your quarterbacks leave.
Yeah.
What are you going to take a walk on? Like what are you doing?
Figure something out, yeah. And I think he just thinks he's just going to have this many guys like stay, and I don't think that's going to be the case because at the same time, it's like you said, saying unnecessary things that doesn't need to be said, and it's like he might say the wrong thing, and then he just like no one wants to play for him anymore, and he's going to have to build a team. Or maybe he might enjoy it. Maybe he has to build like a bunch of like lower star guys and just build them and have that level of football. Like maybe that might be what he's trying to do again. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like the flair of these new guys, these top recruits. Because I feel like that's also something that might not necessarily fit his agenda they want to get to. But at the same time, I see him dance too for these recruits. So I don't know.
Man, he a stripper.
Shit, I miss
yeah, I mean, so I just wish he would keep his mouth shut sometimes, man. Like I get and he's like a motivator. He'll say the committee doesn't want us here, people don't want us here, but then you say things and it's like, no, those other coaches are going to use what you say against that team as motivation, and it's like, don't give anyone motivation. Just do your job day in and day out. Let the best play. When someone's rolling, keep them playing. And it's just like, I don't know. I think you're right. He got cocky with Deshaun and Trevor, and it's like, I mean, I'll be honest. I thought we had a dog with DJ. He showed those two outstanding games against Syracuse and Notre Dame a couple of years ago. I thought we had a dog. I would have been confident just like Dabo. I thought we had a dog. Last year didn't go as planned because mostly I'm putting it on the O-line. I mean, DJ was manic back there. Had no time to throw, was running for everything, and he was heavy. So what did he do? He lost some weight, and I'm thinking, all right, he's losing weight. He's trying to show that he cares. All right, offensive lineman adjustments. Okay. Tony Elliott gone. Brent Venables gone. That hurt, not like personally, but like, all right, that hurts the program.
Yeah.
And then you hire guys within, which I thought was stupid. I really wanted someone from the outside to bring in a different aspect, a different dog. All right, so we hire someone inside. All right, it could happen. It could work. DJ doesn't play well.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing too. But we give DJ his credit. Early this season, he was playing like a god. We thought he was 100%. Finally back, but then it's something when the crunch time, when the talent got elevated, the moment was a little bit bigger. Then also you don't see them rise to the occasion. You really just see them constantly crumble in pressure. So then it's like are you guys really good, or are you just are you guys fake? You guys are fraudulent.
I will say it's not all on DJ. The offensive line isn't good. The receiving core is not very good. The two best receivers are probably the two true freshmen, which is not ideal. And the play calling is not great. So he's not really being set up to succeed, but also he hasn't shown an ability to elevate the play of those around him. Yeah. And Cade has that potential. We saw potential in DJ as a freshman those two games, but over the course of last year and down the stretch this year, we've seen that he's not that guy. So after last year, going into this summer, it should have been a true quarterback competition instead of DJ's our guy. But because Dabo is loyal and DJ was there, he's put in the time, he's been here for 2 years, he knows the system. He's been working here for 2 years for us. That's our guy. We're going to ride with him to give him all the QB1 reps, not give Cade a fair chance.
I think
he's the same guy as he was last year.
But what if, my only thing is, what if Cade, because I don't know what happened. Like, maybe the development of the quarterback was just terrible. I don't know. Maybe DJ doesn't want to listen to anybody. I don't know. I have no idea. Did Watson and Lawrence have better receivers and offensive threats? Yes, 100%. Do we still have dogs there and great athletes? 100%. But my only thing is, I hope it's not a trickle effect, because I don't want Cade to come out there, and then what if the same thing that happened to DJ happened to Cade?
That's why we needed to see Cade play to know what he was going into next year. Because DJ's gone.
Yeah, but what if that's one thing? Like, what if, because like I said, we only see Cade at what is like in the goal line, or if it's a run out.
That's why I wanted to see him this season, so we knew what he was.
I understand that, but I'm saying, but what if that's all he can do? Like, what if we're not at the practices? So what if Dabo's like, man, like.
But at the same time, right? So we did talk about how you guys did have, Watson and Lawrence and Hopkins and Mike Williams and, all these dogs, T. Higgins, like talent that was ready to go, NFL ready, right? But now you guys maybe got 5-star athletes, but maybe they just need a little bit more tender love and care. And and if you just need a little bit of coaching, and maybe you guys are just falling flat on that aspect, right? So then it's like you can't fault a kid for being in a terrible situation for not being able to have an incubator to really get them their true potential, right? So it's like then now it's like you got to start really reflecting on the coaching staff.
And then I think it might. Who knows? It could be those NIL deals. Who knows?
For what? In terms of what? What are you using the NIL deals for?
I'm all about guys getting paid. I'm all about it. I was against it at first, but I'm all about it. DJ played really well when he didn't have the NILs. And then through the season, leading up to the season, all I see is DJ and these Dr. Pepper commercials and some sub-type commercial, dog water. First game against Georgia, but that wasn't against him. That O-line. O-line was terrible that game. I mean, but y'all, I'm not gonna say the O-line was terrible. Georgia had some dogs, no pun
Come
intended,
on.
on that D line. You know what I'm saying? And it could have been those NIL deals.
I was about to put
just
this
don't know.
picture up.
The same way, and it's kind of like, it might not be true, but like the same way how, Alabama has 2 losses, right?
Yeah.
And they played kind of weird against Texas.
Not weird,
bad. Who was it? Bad. who was on those Dr. Pepper commercials?
Bryce.
He
was on the Heisman commercials too.
Wasn't the problem.
It wasn't.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
It was best player still.
It was. You know who Alabama's problem was? Their damn DBs.
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
He's actually been pretty good. I get it. I've been watching.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, the Kool-Aid man himself. Yeah. And I get it. I get what. I just don't want
Kool-Aid, because when the quarterback see him in the back, a one-on-one receiver, they say, "Oh
yeah." No, but no. I hate this narrative that we want to put on these kids because they're getting money. They think they're soft, right?
This is Christian want to put this on.
I never said they were soft, but I'm saying sometimes things can get to people. I never said they said.
I get it. Like, money does change people. I get it. And then I think that's just the first thing people want to just point out. They damn NIL. It's like, no. Like, there's a lot. Like, it's a few people that we can say, we're questioning. No, I'm not just talking just about you. I'm using your example as the jump point for my opinion. But it's like, because people they want everything to be the same old, the good old times. And like, it's not going to be like that. And yeah, just because he's getting paid $1 million off the field and he's having a bad game, that don't mean shit. I mean, the same fucking people in the NFL doing the same shit. They get paid millions of dollars each. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even rookies, they get paid millions of dollars. You see a lot of rookies don't play really well their first year. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's just like, I just hate people trying to use money because obviously, money is the root of all evil. And so you think that's like, all right, that's the reason why he's trash. Like, damn NIL. Once we started getting these college athletes just for the love of the sport, like, no, there's a lot of fucking kids who barely fucking eat. Like, you know what I mean? The football is cool, but can they eat on the weekends? This scholarship is just not going to be enough. This scholarship is supposed to pay for me a better life in 4 years from now. What about fucking right now? What about today? How the fuck am I supposed to get to 4 years from now with this scholarship that may or may not get me there? You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. I hate that NIL argument. But like, every circumstance is different. Everything, and it's nothing is ever the same. Everything you can't compare to the same. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Moving on. So we were talking about so this is the college football ranking up here. So Georgia 1, Michigan jumps up to 2, TCU jumps up to 3, USC jumps up to 4, Ohio State drops just down to 5, and Alabama 6, and Tennessee 7, which is crazy. So, and your question was, did Ohio State slide to the perfect spot to just wait out what is going to happen in these championship games? I think so. But even still, I feel like unless, I guess USC.
Michigan still gets in over Ohio State if they lose in the Big Ten championship.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, even if Georgia loses to LSU, I don't see them dropping all the way out of the top 4. If anything, they'll drop down to 3.
Let's go over the teams who will drop out if they lost their championship.
All right.
Their conference championship. Georgia, even if they lose, they're in the top 4.
Yeah.
Michigan, even if they lose, they're not dropping past Ohio State, who they just destroyed. TCU, if they lose,
I think they're going to be. I think everybody's preying on TCU's downfall.
They are, because
let me pull up their schedule, because I don't know what their quality wins are,
Best case for Ohio State is there a Pac-12 championship game this year?
Yes, it's USC Oregon. So that's going to be a tough game for USC.
Yeah, that's best case for Ohio State is USC loses to Oregon.
Okay, all right. Let me take this back. They do have some quality wins if you look at it. They beat a ranked Oklahoma. They beat a ranked Kansas. They beat a ranked Oklahoma State. They beat a ranked Kansas State.
None of them are currently ranked.
Texas, a ranked Texas team as well.
None of whom are currently ranked.
Texas is ranked.
Okay, Texas is. So one current ranked team?
Yeah, but you also got to factor into the time of the win as well.
For sure.
Kansas State, they beat Kansas State. Kansas State's 10.
Solid.
So, I mean, they do got some wins on there, but it's, and let me see. I think that Kansas State game was – they beat by 10, so solid. They beat Texas by 7. They played Kansas State again. So they also play Kansas State again this weekend in the Big 12 championship game. So Kansas State has a chance to get that revenge back from the earlier meeting. They beat Oklahoma State by 3, who was ranked top 10, and then Kansas by a touchdown, and then they really walked Oklahoma. Yeah, I think TCU. Yeah, like it's TCU. I mean, obviously because the Trojans are 4, because they already do have their one loss. I still think, I think USC is probably the most, just because if they do lose, that'll be their second loss, and then Ohio State can just slip right back in there like nothing's changed, and then we'll get that 2-4 matchup, and then they'll get another rematch right there for Ohio State to get revenge. So that might be honestly, I kind of like that. I don't hate that at all, actually. If USC was to lose to Oregon in a Pac-12 championship.
Yeah, that's Ohio State's best case scenario.
Yeah, but even still, like if everyone wins, yeah, this is going to stay put. I mean, I don't think like even TCU lose. Because Ohio State don't play nobody. So like I think that's what's going to be the biggest question mark is if TCU loses in the championship game. Does Ohio State have enough to jump them to get to 4? But if Michigan loses, I think they stay. Like, so what if TCU and Michigan loses? Let's talk about that.
TCU and Michigan loses?
Yeah. Or let's say, how about this? All 2, 3, and 4 lose.
4 is definitely out.
Right.
Michigan.
Because it's like, can you slide Ohio State past Michigan then? Like, I can legit see this they lose, but they stay the same. But I don't think you can do that. So that's what's going to be tough.
I think Michigan and TCU would stay the same, and Ohio State would slide in.
True. See, that would be the most chaos, because I feel like for the most part we're set. Like, I think there's only 5 realistic teams. I don't think Alabama has a shot in hell. Oh, don't clip me down. I don't think Alabama has a shot in hell to make this college football playoffs. I don't think there's a scenario. Can you think of a scenario where Alabama jumps all the way up? Because, I mean, look, Ohio State doesn't play again, and they already lost to Michigan. If TCU, USC both lose, like let's say Alabama
2, 3, and 4 all lose, and yeah, I still don't think they'd get in.
Yeah, Christian, what do you think?
Ohio State would get in because they're 5, but that's 6 spots. It's hard to put 2 teams in over one of these, over 2 and 3. Like you can put a team in over USC if they lose.
Right.
But
I think who does Michigan play?
Michigan plays Purdue in the Big Ten championship.
The only way I see that happening is if Purdue blows out Michigan, TCU loses, and USC loses. Like 3
but even
teams
still, like you can't drop. I mean,
two
I don't
teams
know.
have to
I
lose for
just
them to go in. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
two
but
teams
I
have to
just
be
can't
out.
see.
I can see TCU out and USC out, and then you bring in Alabama and Ohio State.
If TCU does get blown out by Kansas State,
If they do get, it doesn't matter there for sure. But like, yeah, I just can't see. Even if Michigan loses, it gets blown out. I still think Michigan goes 4. I don't think they drop out the top 4.
we only need 2 teams out. You just need TCU and USC out for Alabama and Ohio State to get in.
Yeah,
You could
but
get
like,
Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, and Michigan as your top 4.
Wait, say that again. Say that 4 again.
If TCU gets blown out
Yeah.
by Kansas State
Okay.
and USC loses to Oregon, they could both drop out. And then Ohio State and Alabama could jump them.
I still don't
So
see.
you would
I
have
only see
Georgia,
Ohio State jumping.
Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama.
Yeah, I still can't see Alabama jumping with who they got 2 losses or 3?
It might be 3.
Because they lost to Tennessee, they lost to LSU. That might have been it. They only have 2 losses.
Yeah, they got 2.
I don't know, because like I still would keep TCU in. I would have TCU 4, Ohio State 3, because they're both 1-loss teams, and like I still might even have USC over Alabama. But that's like, I mean, you can use your SEC bias if anything, but bless you.
Jesus, I'm hurting.
But I just think, I mean, because like TCU's undefeated. USC won the 1 loss already. Okay, I'm okay with them if Ohio State jumps over them because their only loss was against a top 4 team. So that's fine. But I still keep TCU at 4 and then put like Michigan and Ohio State there. But if Michigan does lose as well, then it gets convoluted. But I don't think there's gonna be much movement. I think Ohio State gets in, but I can't see Alabama getting in. But if Alabama does get in, that's why you know Nick Saban for sure paid off some people.
So I know we said we don't want to be on here that long, but let's just say miraculously, Michigan's out and Georgia's out. Let's just say miraculously.
Out of what?
Just hear me out. Out of the
Hey, I'm
playoffs.
blowing shit up if Georgia's out of the playoff after a loss. Continue though.
There's no way they're out.
But yeah,
Once you hear the question, then you understand.
follow.
Like I know it won't ever happen because I just know it won't ever happen because you're gonna play.
I paid my dues.
But I'm just saying. Let's just say you had a bowl game and you had to pick what team do you really want your team to play against? Like in general, like I'm just saying, like if you were in the hunt for it.
Okay.
Like that's all I was saying. Like I wasn't saying like I'm not saying y'all are gonna be out, nothing like that. I just want to know what team you would really want to play against that you liked watching this year, and you're like, you know what, that'd be a good matchup, like a good
That's
team.
not
like
in the playoff.
Yeah, like that's not in the playoffs.
All right,
like
so
me, like I want to play Tennessee. Like I really want to play Tennessee. Well, I used to before Hooker got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that would be a fun game anymore. Actually, a game
I want
that
to play Utah.
I would be really interested in watching would be Georgia versus Utah.
Ooh, I said the
Yeah.
same thing just now too.
I like that. I like
That'd be
Georgia
cool.
versus Utah in the bowl game if that would have happened in your scenario, but only just in like a magical making up land.
Yes,
That
yes,
doesn't
we know.
happen just because Georgia's an elite team and that's going to be playing for national championships and stuff like that. But just because of your land in your head that Christian made up and this is completely fictional, yeah. I think Georgia versus Utah would be a great game. Cam Rising versus Daquavius Bennett. I think that would be a really fun matchup to watch. I think both defenses would come to play. I'm very interested to see how our defenders would defend the Utah tight end as well. I mean, obviously we got stud tight ends on our end as well.
Dalton Kincaid.
So I would be very interested to see that matchup as well. But like, I mean, they're two physical teams. I think that match up really well. I would love to see that.
A matchup I would like to see involving Michigan is I want to see them get their lick back for the 2013 Outback Bowl.
Oh, get South Carolina?
Yes, sir.
Yo, hey, I'm here for that.
The game that secured Jadeveon Clowney as the number 1 pick, even though
That was like his last game playing in college football. Let's see. I don't even know how much he actually played his junior year, or if any.
yeah,
He was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I secured my spot."
he got that hit. I mean, he was already the number 1 recruit coming out of high school. He had a solid freshman season. He had a good sophomore season. Capitalized it with that bowl game, that hit where he was unblocked.
Yeah.
And then basically took the year off as a junior, like was taking himself in and out of games, not giving full effort when he was in games. And I personally still feel like he was still drafted first overall, despite some of those red flags he showed as a junior because of that hit in the bowl game and how visible he was. Well, that plus his combine workout.
You're not in it.
Here's another matchup that I would be kind of interested in. I was kind of looking at it. How about UCLA and LSU? I think battle two athletic quarterbacks that who both should get some draft praise. I think that'll be a fun offensive matchup. And to see what defense will really come to play. I think that would be a fun matchup. Jaden Daniels versus DTR.
Should we do a build your bowl game? Your bowl.
Yeah, let's do 3 bowl games. Let's do 3 bowl games. Build
Wait,
it.
I haven't given my pick, man.
All right, go ahead.
Who's your pick?
I want to see Clemson play Texas.
We're back.
Actually, that's pretty interesting. Actually, should we just do all of like? How should we build it? Should we just go all top 25?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not like a game for every team in the top 25.
No, yeah, but like we'll try to match up like the best top 25 teams. All right. Are we doing bowl specific? So like Rose Bowl.
No.
Okay.
Just bowl game matchups. Like two teams we want to see play.
You know, I think a game that I would be really interested to see: Notre Dame versus South Carolina.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't hate that game.
I'm with it. I'd watch it.
That
Or
would be
North
really
Carolina
fun.
versus South Carolina.
No. I mean, yeah, no. I got a better matchup for North Carolina. North Carolina versus Mississippi State.
How about North Carolina versus Utah?
Nah, I want to see someone match Drake May. And I think with that Mississippi State offense and Mike Leach, I think that'd just be a fun aerial. Like, I don't think defense will come to play. I mean, shit, Mississippi State defense is no slouch either. So let me not disrespect like that. Ooh, North Carolina versus Oregon? Bo versus Drake?
Ooh, that'd be tough.
I'm kind of feeling that a little bit.
Yeah, or LSU versus North Carolina.
If Oregon loses and they drop to like borderline top 25 after this Pac-12 championship, could we get a Oregon versus Auburn bowl game?
Oh,
The Bo Nix revenge
Wait, is
bowl?
Auburn bowl eligible though?
They should. I think they're like 7-5.
I don't know if they're that many wins.
Oh, they're 5-7.
But that would have been cool if they would have won one more
I
game.
read their record wrong.
If they would have had one more win for
A little
sure.
bit of dyslexia there. My bad.
Hey, Florida State. Who would be a fun matchup for Florida State?
LSU.
South
Rematch from
Carolina.
week 1.
Yeah, Florida State's a pretty good team. Like, they've been really like coming alive.
Penn State versus South Carolina. I could see that
Penn
happening.
State stinks. I don't need to see them in the bowl.
I think
They stink.
Penn State versus Kansas State would be kind of interesting. I want to see how Penn State will handle that running offense that Kansas State has. But at the same time, is Deuce going to play that bowl game?
I think UCF blowing out Penn State would be hilarious in a bowl.
That would be funny. Maybe
Or Tulane.
actually Penn State, Florida State. I'm actually kind of here for that. That seems like kind of pretty similar matchup teams.
Ohio State versus Texas, but they wouldn't play.
Nah, Ohio State versus Alabama. I need that.
Oh, that's like last year's rematch, wasn't it? Or a couple years ago?
2 years ago, I think.
I'm cool with that. Give me that in the Sugar Bowl.
Yep.
Give me Tulane, Oregon State. Oh shit, give me Tulane, NC State.
Ooh.
I kind of like that.
Get those bums out of there. I don't know who else to match. Tennessee. Ooh, Tennessee versus Texas. Let's see who's the real. Did I already say that? Let's see who the real UT is.
That's the thing, though. Like,
Hendon's not playing.
Exciting. That's what I'm saying. It's not as exciting anymore. Yeah. But I mean, Tennessee did blow the doors off of Vanderbilt last week.
Vanderbilt.
Hey! Vanderbilt was close.
Eligible.
They were this close to being bowl eligible. They needed this win. There were 5 wins. They could, if people decline, they might get a shot. Man, this is a good program building year.
LSU, Alabama again. No, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. I'm glad I don't get paid to do this.
But like I think that's too. Like I think, but a lot of times as well, a lot of these college football, like these bowl games, they already have contracts for division, like for conferences they get. So I think it's like they get like we get an SEC team and then we get at large or whatever shit like that. So I don't know. So and sometimes it's not as hard to declare.
Oh, I got one. South Carolina versus Coastal.
Ooh, if Grayson McCall
wasn't
healthy back, yes, 1,000%. It has to be a New Year's Six bowl. I think that would give him enough time to heal. Give me that. I'll take that shit. Give me that random ass. Give me that random ass bowl game that's after the national championship.
What's another one?
Well, no, I didn't know we were doing unranked teams.
Ole Miss versus Texas.
I was literally about to say that.
I kind of like that. All right, Christian, let me ask you this question. And you just got to pick a team. I'm going to give you a team to match, right? You ready?
Okay.
App State. I don't know if they're bowl eligible, though.
They might be.
Oh, yes.
Chase Bryce
revenge game? Come on, son. Give me App State versus Clemson or App State versus Duke. Either way.
App State versus Clemson. I'll go for it.
Yeah. That would be electric.
Let's see.
Give me an App State Coastal rematch. That game was electric.
Boise State versus Coastal?
Oh, Battle of Blue Turf?
Yes, sir.
Just played nothing but bluegrass the whole time.
But I need it on a neutral field, and I need the field to be like another like outrageous color.
It's like I think Illinois State or something like that has like a red turf.
Give me the red turf.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Could you do white turf? How would that look? With black lettering?
Yeah, black numbers.
Would that be? I can't tell if that'd be tough or not. Like I feel like your colors got to be blue because I want some like ice, like white, like icy, like.
What color would you do the sidelines then? And the goal line.
Oof. Blue. I'll do because you could just do a dominant color over the white.
Yeah.
So whatever your main color is, I would do that. I just want to say shout out to Christian's fire ass 2016 USA men's national team.
It's actually 2018. Actually, I realized it on here, authentic, and it is 2018.
That is tough. I fucks with that.
Whose jersey is it?
Nobody's.
Nobody's.
It's like one of the jerseys this is one of the jerseys that they.
That shit is tough though, bro.
It is tough. You're not rocking nobody's name.
No.
He repping USA.
If I could have got someone, back then it'd have been Josie Altidore, 100%.
Ooh.
100%.
Check him out, y'all. He dick riding. Look, he got the dick all in his mouth. Look, shaboing boing.
I didn't do that. I just want to let you know, Christian, I did not do
I
that.
didn't do it either.
It's okay.
I didn't do it.
It's okay.
We need a little something. It's been kind of dead. We need to liven things up.
Speaking of livening things up, so guys, we need some help deciding a new name for a second podcast that we're getting ready to launch pretty soon. It's going to be kind of just like it's going to be outside of the realm of sports. It's going to be tackling some movies, some TV, some life, this everything outside of the world of sports. And I think we need a name to come up with, but we also know that the content's going to be fire, and it's going to be a lot of fun for you guys. We hope you appreciate it because it's something different. I mean, obviously, you guys tune in to listen to us talk about sports and stuff like that, but this will be something that kind of gives a bigger scope, a bigger audience of people, and start doing some fun stuff. So if you guys think of any names for a non-sports podcast, let us know. And we're hoping to launch before the end of 2022. So the next month, once you're damn near here, which is crazy. This year, I can't even, like everyone says this year has flown by. I don't feel like this year has flown by for me personally. I feel like this year was the appropriate amount of time. But that could just be me. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I don't really feed too much into it, man. It's the same amount of time every year. Like it's just the same no matter what.
I mean, there's some years like 2020 felt fast and slow at the same time.
Same amount of time every 3 years, and then on the fourth year is a little bit different.
Next year's
But outside of that,
no, 2020 was a leap year, so 2024. So we're almost there.
If you said every year is the same amount of time, it's not.
Damn, you're right.
Every fourth year is a different amount of time.
All right, let's see here. Anything else you guys want to cover college football wise this past weekend? Anything in the NFL you guys want to cover? You want to talk about? Hey, how about them Commanders, huh?
Hey, how about them big hats?
Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders.
My birthday coming
Kimba
up.
Walker?
Yeah, and a Brian Robinson big hat.
Wait, what game was this?
Kimba Walker signed to the Dallas Mavericks today?
He signed to that's also when I see Kimba. I was like, who the hell did he play? Because I thought he was a free agent.
Well, he signed with the Mavs?
Mm-hmm.
I saw he signed with somebody today, but I didn't think it was the Mavs.
And that's actually a good pickup for the Mavs.
For sure. They knew they lost Brunson, so they're trying to get I think I'm trying to get my Brunson back.
Yeah, signed with the Mavs.
But how much does Kimba have left, do you think, in his tank?
A lot. I think he has something to prove still.
Yeah, I would love to see old Kimba. At least not fully old Kimba, but at least like what we've been seeing with Derrick Rose, still be able to produce.
Well, before he got hurt.
He got hurt again?
Yeah, has he been playing this year?
Yeah. He backs up Brunson.
Yeah, I think he was talking about moving him, though. I think he's been looked at to be a moved or whatever. But at least this later half of Derrick Rose, Kimba was such a pivotal part of, Hornets basketball,
He got
man.
hurt last year. I'm thinking about last year.
So I would love to see Kimba get another couple years of doing some stuff, man. At least get some big-time six-man minutes, even starting on certain teams. Should give him the opportunity to win a ring. I mean, with the Mavericks, they got a team. Hopefully, they can figure this out down the stretch. If Luka got to score 30 every night, I don't know how sustainable that is going to be.
Bring him back to Charlotte. Trade Terry. Sign Kemba for the cheap.
You're going to have to trade for him now.
Not if you get cut again.
True.
We can trade them Terry.
Yeah.
Terry and Gordon Hayward for Kemba and Luka. Who says no?
I would love for Luka to be in Charlotte. I would buy me season tickets.
Okay. Well, fellas, it was great talking to you guys.
Yeah, let's wrap this thing up.
But it's
Great day of streaming
time
today.
to go.
We talked about a lot. We covered a lot.
It's time to go!
Trying to figure out so we're going to do this another watch along on Saturday morning. We got to figure some stuff out. But I mean, I know this guy's going to be busy with all his HOESS this weekend because obviously it is celebrating this man this weekend. So celebrate Jonathan this weekend, December 2nd, because it is the day of his birth. Be sure to do that. Be sure to let him know how much you appreciate him, Christian. And any final words, fellas?
I just want to say I appreciate you as a human and a friend, Christian.
And I appreciate that you appreciate me as a friend. Because I appreciate because I appreciate myself and I allow myself to be a great friend. And no, but all serious, man. Happy pre-birthday, I guess. Hope it's a great day, man. Hopefully you called off, but hopefully you didn't call off and you make a little money on your birthday. I think that's always the best. You work a little bit on your birthday, make a little cash in your pocket. But I appreciate you, man. Your hustle and grind. People don't know. Other than when CJ's working on these weird hours, you work tough hours at your job. And sometimes you come in super late and hop on and people don't really realize it besides us. And, it takes a lot of will to do that. And not many people have that. And I can say, Jonathan, you have that will, man. And it's inspiring and admiring. And I appreciate you, brother. This show definitely wouldn't be what it is without you. And even though you're a dick sometimes, it's all right, buddy. I still love you.
I appreciate the backhanded compliment.
No, man, for real, man. People don't know, man, how much work you put in, dude. No, see, people, if you're listening and watching, you don't understand how much time and effort Jonathan puts in and how much stuff he has learned from CJ, like on the laptop and stuff. And that stuff is not easy. And he definitely steps up when CJ isn't on the show, and he steps up at work. And to come and to go into work early and get off at 10:30 to do, and then do a show, that's a lot. Because there's moments where I'm like, I work shorter hours than that, and I'm like, can we move the show, or I'm super tired, don't want to do it. But Jonathan gets on, never complains. He may complain in his room or whatever, but he gets on and doesn't complain, and that takes a lot.
And he takes it out on somebody.
Because,
that's all I got to say. Hey, he's going to take it out a lot on his birthday this weekend. Listen, make sure you schedule your appointment with Jonathan now because the spots are filling up quick. Because, hey, like Mo Bamba said, not even Mo Bamba, Sheck West said it perfectly. I got hoes calling Jonathan's phone.
Hey. Bumba.
Where's Christian? What the motherfucking Yeah, that's all I got for you guys.
Y'all better appreciate Jonathan for everything he does. Y'all better appreciate it because he doesn't have the blessings of his presence.
Everybody's putting in work. It's not just me. But
I never said it was just you. No. We all put in work.
For sure. It's not about
Acknowledge Jonathan.
Acknowledge me.
All right, guys. On that note, have a great night. We'll catch you again soon. We appreciate you guys. Peace out.
See ya.